Welcome everybody to day 9 of these brilliant IAAF World Championships here in the beautiful Khalifa Stadium. As ever, last night was absolutely superb. I'm Ewan Thomas, I'm your infield host for these World Championships, and the brilliant Michelle Samet is with me. And last night, wow, we saw a world record.
We did, and what an incredible atmosphere we had. Of course, we had a home nation gold medal from Mutas Barshim in the high jump, and absolutely incredible action on the track.
I don't know how expensive that shirt is, but you might want to move slightly forward. You could go up in flames. Yeah, we certainly did see a lot of great performances last night, and as I said, we saw a world record. Let's watch it back.
This is the final of the women's 400 metres hurdles. What a privilege to be here in Doha and witness a lineup of this quality. Sprunger's gone out hard on the outside, so too has Dalila Mohammed, and Sydney McLaughlin already up on Clayton. It's the two Americans at the moment, but which one has saved enough? That's Mohammed. Looks so smooth as she closed down on Hainer, her outsider. Little stutter there from McLaughlin. Remember to watch the clock here. It might take something very, very special to take this title. Lovely bend from Dalila Mohammed, but can she hang on? McLaughlin's beginning to close. The Olympic champion, the world record holder, has the edge. Has the youngster got enough in the tank in the closing stages? It's getting tight, but remember, Mohammed's never won this title. Mohammed on the line, and it's a new world record.
That really was a superb performance. What I love about these championships, so many athletes are getting it right when it matters. We're seeing national records all over the place. Lots of finals coming up for you tonight. And one thing I think we take for granted in this wonderful sport is the coverage we get to see. Even Nigel, big Nigel's a fantastic cameraman. We see so many beautiful angles. And yesterday I had the luck to go and introduce myself to two special cameras who get some brilliant views. Watch this. At World Championships, all of the equipment is state-of-the-art, but for me, one of my personal favourites is the track cam. Now, this is a camera that has to keep up with the athletes. Now, bearing in mind how fast these world champions can run, this thing can cover 12.5 metres per second. That's equivalent of 28 miles an hour. Believe it or not, just fast enough to even be better than the Mr. Usain Bolt. I mean, look at this go. 28 miles an hour. Well, it may not sound that fast, or to some maybe it does sound fast, but to illustrate just how fast this camera goes, we've got our floor manager, Niels, who's a good club runner, and we're going to see just how quick he is, or isn't. On your marks, get set, go! Wow, that camera is fast, but it's not the only state-of-the-art camera inside the stadium. There's two others. In fact, you may not have noticed them, but they would have seen you because they see everything. It's Wirecam. Now, somebody who's used to cameras following them all around the world is an absolute superstar. Commonwealth champion, former Olympic champion, world champion. In fact, the only thing she hasn't won is the Europeans, because she's not European. She's an Aussie, of course. Sally Pearson, thank you very much for joining us. Before I talk to you, you've done so much in your career. Let's remind everyone just how fast you were.
Number 4, the look of determination. She's won everything. Olympics, world indoor titles, twice a Commonwealth champion. Sally Pearson from Australia.
For Germany, she's been going wonderfully well this season.
It's gold for Australia.
Sally's away well, she's in the lead and she's over the first hurdle. Porter also going well, but it's Sally at the moment going ahead by a metre or so. The Americans are coming out up. There's a fall there at the end. Pearson got it.
Pearson away like a jet. Oh, streaming away from the rest of the field. Porter is hanging on for second place. Sally Pearson winning it.
Well, it's a clean start. Harrison out wonderfully well, as is Pearson. Also on the outside, Manning is going well. The Americans are on a charge, but look at Sally Pearson, the Australian. In lane number 4, 12.60 seconds. What a race from Sally Pearson.
Wow. What does that mean when you watch all that back? Because I'm standing there watching it, and you almost always seem to get it right when it mattered.
It was something that I always pride myself on, was getting it right at the right time. I'm a big time performer. I'm sad that I can't be competing here at the World Championships, but I love athletics and I'm so excited to be here to see who the new World champion is going to be.
I think the Aussie team must miss you as well, because you were one of those athletes who was nailed on for a medal at every championships, and it's going okay. You've got 1 gold so far, but do you miss it?
I do miss it. I do love the sport as well. So the good thing is right now is I don't feel like I need to be racing on this track. I'm happy to be standing here and watching it, but I don't feel like I need to be here. So I think I've made the right decision.
Can I ask you though, while you are standing on it, we saw a world record last night. I mean, to me, it feels like a really fast track, and obviously the performances would indicate that. Are you slightly envious you're not running here, because you could have gone lightning fast?
Well, maybe we can have a race later. We'll
No
get our
chance.
You scared I'll beat you?
You would definitely beat me.
No, it does feel really, really fast. It showed even in the 100-metre heats, the women's heats as well, just how fast this track is, and then obviously having a world record. So in a way, I would love to have seen how fast I could have gone, but I'm not sure my body could hold up to get here.
And in terms of the sprint hurdles, which start soon tonight, I believe, how fast do you think it will take to become world champion here? Any idea?
We ask this question every single year. I think it's going to take at least under 12.5 to do. I know that I didn't run under 12.5 when I won the World Championships 2 years ago, but the girls are in really good shape this year. There's 3 that I have my eye on for this World Championship tomorrow night, but they're going to have to run super fast to get it.
Can I tip you or ask you who you think could win it, or is that not fair?
No, I think if Danielle can keep her head together, she could win it. But at the same time, Kenny Harrison has been working really hard over the years, and she's been posting some great times. Obviously, she's the world record holder as well, so it'll be interesting to see them battle it out. But then you got Tobi Amusan from Nigeria, and then also you can't discount Nia Ali as well from the USA.
Yeah, well, talking of Nia Ali, that's lovely you did that for me, because we're going to have a look at a little interview we did with her, because I know myself, I've become a father recently, and that is hard work. I can only imagine what it must be, parenthood, and still trying to be the best that you can be in athletics. This is what she said.
Both of my kids are going to be here, so that's awesome. But just to be able to come back the second time, kind of knowing what to expect a little bit and still having it be slightly different, it's definitely been more motivation than ever, and I feel a lot stronger going into Rio. It was my first time around, my first rodeo, and then kind of had to prove to myself that I could pull it off, and just doing that and carrying it over and coming back again and feeling even better than that is excellent feeling. I feel like just taking into account that I do have a 4-year-old, he is super busy, super active, and is just like so into what I'm doing now. So I mean, when he was a baby the first time, it was just kind of like he didn't notice so much what I was doing when I was leaving, but now he's like, where are you going, Germany again? So he's so inquisitive, and the emotional aspect of it, just being gone from my kids when I have to go compete or when I have to do training camp, it's really tough for me, and it's been a tough year with all of that, just having to kind of make sacrifices. But yeah, it's been physically tough as well, just like on my body and having to really do so much extra. So I spoke to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price before she actually had Zion, and she was pregnant, and she pretty much just asked me what should she expect and what could she do, and I told her honestly the first things to go are like the small muscles that we hardly have to pay attention to, because a lot of people are naturally gifted and you don't realize the small things really add up. And I told her just, you know, embrace the journey and don't think so much about having to be fit or how can I work out, how can I come back. Just embrace the pregnancy, and when you come back you'll be better than ever, you'll be stronger than ever. Pay attention to the little things and everything will come right back.
And we've just had Mama Nia Ali there on the screen, and look who's there now. It's Andre de Grasse and the 2 kids. They've just seen the mum on the screen there, and she will go in the 100-meter hurdles heats tonight. Now, over the last few days, we've had the combined events taking place, and they've been battling it out over the last 2 days, with Niklas Kaul coming out on top in the decathlon. And we know the green room ahead of the medal ceremonies is an incredibly relaxed place to catch up with athletes, so I did just that before he received his gold medal yesterday. So, welcome. We're here with a Decathlon world champion, 21-year-old Niklas Kahl. Niklas, I think you hardly had any sleep last night?
Only 1 hour, and then I had to get back up and do some media stuff. And yeah, I'm really tired at the moment, but I'm enjoying the moment. It just feels unreal.
And I think with the rest of the German decathletes, you had a little bit of a special way to celebrate last night. What did you do?
Yeah, we watched the sunrise in the pool, and yeah, it was a great way to celebrate this decathlon and this great end to a wonderful season.
Now, for the first time in World Championship history, we've seen the men's decathlon and the women's heptathlon happen on the same day, conclude on the same night. What did you make of having the women there as well, or did you even notice that they were there?
Yeah, it was great to celebrate with the heptathletes as well. We can do that in Götzis or Ratingen, but it's always special to celebrate with the heptathletes, and when you can do it in the World Championships, it's really good.
You must be over the moon, because I don't think going into this championship you were expecting to come out with a gold medal. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I said it earlier. It just feels unreal. When I looked at the start list of these World Championships, I thought maybe I can get top 6, and that would be perfect. And after Kevin and Lyndon dropped out, unfortunately, the race was on for the medals, and it was really close between Damien, Michael and me, and in the end I had a little bit more luck, I think, and it worked out pretty well.
Now you're just about to collect your medal. Do you think there's going to be tears on the podium?
Oh, maybe. It's going to be the first moment where I can watch back the competition in my head for me alone, and yeah, it's going to be a special moment for me.
Have there been tears yet?
Not yet, but I think on the podium there will be some.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Great insight into the green room there. Now I'm standing with the gruesome twos and the brilliant Catherine Merry and Jeff Whiteman. Every night we stand here and we look back at yesterday and we look forward to what is going to happen inside this brilliant stadium tonight. But Catherine, we've got to start last night, the field events in particular. That high jump, wow.
There was a high jump last night, wasn't there?
There certainly was.
And wasn't it absolutely amazing? It was the dream, it was the fairy tale, and Mutaz back in shape, winning the gold medal here in Doha. I know how much it meant to him, battling back from injuries over the last couple of years. We'll have his medal ceremony later here tonight, but no, it was absolutely outstanding, and fans inside the stadium and fans watching around the world have said, wow, that was a very special night of track and field. With that, a full house, they were loud, and we got a world record as well.
And you talk about pressure and when it matters. And here, like you said, he's had injuries. I mean, this time last year, he was on crutches. So to come in front of a full house and the whole nation expectant, he really pulled it out the bag.
He did, but that's what Mutaz thrives off, and that's been his drive and motivation ever since he got that horrible injury when he was attempting a world record height. So that's been his motivation and his driving factor. And there was pressure. It took me back to Sydney 2000, because I was in the race, the 400 women's final with Kathy Freeman, and they had Kathy lighting the flame, and then they had Kathy doing all this other stuff, and it was her that was the focus. And that was Mutaz here last night, but didn't he handle it well? But we knew he was in shape when he started clearing about 2:33 by a massive gap. It's like Mutaz is back, and it was brilliant.
Well, talking of a man who loves the attention, Jeff, over to you, my friend. What are you looking forward to tonight?
Well, just before that, can I copy my phrase? Magic Monday in Sydney 2000, Super Saturday in London 2012, fantastic Friday in Doha last night, because it was great from beginning to end. It was fantastic athletics, and dare we say it, we can look forward to more of the same today. We've got two great women's distance finals, Faith Kipyegon defending in the women's 1500 and Helen Abiri defending in the women's 5000. We'll see the relay teams in the gold medal final, Great Britain and Northern Ireland defending the men's title. And don't forget, outside the stadium, our last road event tonight, 23:59, the men's marathon. Our director Ian Mollusk will be down there tonight. another sleepless night, another irritable session tomorrow from our producer Ian.
To be fair, Morrison up there, he's worked very hard, he's done the late shifts, but the crowds have come, haven't they? We've got to be serious in terms of the attendance for all of these events and the support the athletes get out there in the Corniche. It's been good.
It's been good in the stadium as well. Yesterday, I was hearing that we were into overflow and double bookings on some of the seats. So let's hope it's the same tonight. We've got 2 nighttime sessions to come, mostly gold medal finals, and Qatar really brought its A game for support yesterday.
Well, we can have a quick look at the schedule for this evening, and yeah, lots coming up, as you said. Lots of qualification rounds, and we're getting into the business end as well. We've got some finals. At last, though, the 4x4 women relay. Did you used to love doing the relay, Kath?
Oh, I loved a relay because there wasn't that much pressure on you because it was obviously outside of an individual event. You got to mention the field event finals that we have, of course, the women's triple jump and the men's shot put. And as Jess mentioned, those 4x100 metre finals. But there's athletes that have waited to start today. The women's sprint hurdlers are only just starting today. There's a couple of events still getting going with this being the penultimate day.
What could that feel like then, Jeff? You know, in terms of we're literally one day away from finishing these world champs, and some athletes are just starting.
Yeah, that's incredible for the sprint hurdlers. Some athletes, 400-metre specialists, will be racing for the 6th time because they'll have done individual rounds, they'll have done the mixed relay, and now they've got their single-gender relays as well. So it's going to be the end of a long haul for some of the one-lappers.
Before you go, if you could take our mascot, this comes all around the world with us, Jeff, if you could take that up to commentary. What we try and do is get a photo of that everywhere, and as you may see, Kath, that was modelled on our very own Jeff. Michelle, back to you.
It's got your eyes.
Thank you, Ewan. And what an incredible night we have lined up there. But what an incredible night it was yesterday. We already talked about the world record. And one of the most thrilling races last night was the men's 3,000 meter steeplechase, the tightest winning margin in history. And let's take a quick look back at this race before I'll introduce our next guest.
Box for Gardner in lane 3, the Bahamian. Curley's outside him and he's made a good start, the American. It's pretty even at the moment. Karani James coming up onto the shoulder of Zambrano, the 21-year-old Colombian. Fred Curley trying to pull away from Gardner, but the Bahamian has got a massive stride. James has got Cedinho trying to close him down. This could be a great finish. It's tight. Cedinho and Trinidad. Karani James with a slight edge. And now Gardner on the inside. Stephen Gardner trying to become the first Bahamian to win this title since 2001. It's quick. It's very quick. Gardner takes the title. Can Kipruto produce the dramatic finish? He's closing. He's coming. What a race. What heart. Oh my goodness me. So close. That was unbelievably close. He is once again the world champion, and he's done it by a single 100th of a second. This is a man whose personality lights up every race he enters.
You're laughing there. You just rewatched that.
Yeah.
Show us that last moment, what you did there.
Yeah, what I did there, it was actually like showing the people, like, you know, before this championship, people was debating a lot and people was talking like, is it Conseslus going to win this event? And then I told them, I'm going to do it, you're going to see. I told them to keep patient, to keep waiting. And when it's come to the finals, you just watch your screen, make sure you see. That was, I was like putting like this, I hope everyone like in Kenya, like my fans saw it. So I mean it like, I hope everyone saw it. This, I win it and they watch, and I mean it like I'm still there. So they see that I'm still there.
And I mean, at that last barrier, you were still behind. Where did you find that last push to overtake the Ethiopian?
Actually, where I got that power in the last barrier, of course, in my plans, I actually planned like I will really push hard, and then we jumped the last barrier to say port. But actually, I found myself I was a couple of meters behind. But actually, what made me fight hard or push hard, it was my mental, what I had in my mind. My mental was so strong, and actually it made me, what I was thinking, like it was 2 things. So I wanted to rescue the victory to my country, my nation, because in Kenya we always call this event is a Kenyan event. So that was 1, and then 2, I wanted to defend my title. That was in my mind, and actually made me like to fight and to push hard. until the finishing line. I didn't want like to lose or to think like I'm going to second, so I didn't lose hope. I got that power until the last line.
Amazing. So 2 world titles and Olympic title. Thank you so much for coming on. But there was other action tonight in the field, and we're going to take a quick look at that.
Yeah.
In the silver medal position at the moment. Surely he can't. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! He has become the first man in World Championship history to successfully defend the high jump title, and he's done it right here at home. 2:37. That was the winning throw. Yami Perez. She has the global crown.
That really was a special night last night. The high jump, it really captured the imagination of everybody in here. Of course, that medal ceremony will take place later on. And medal ceremonies are a huge part of these championships. And I've been behind the scenes a number of times and talked to the athletes just before they're going to get their gold medal. And last night, I had the pleasure of catching up with Katarina Johnson-Thompson.
KJT, the night after, has it sunk in yet? British record, and you are the world champion.
No, it hasn't sunk in, and obviously I haven't got my medal yet, but it doesn't feel like the next day. It just feels like all part of like one continuous long day and competition.
Well, you're out there battling for 2 days. I mean, you mentioned your medal. This is probably the nicest room to be in, because for yourself, the pressure is off, the seats are comfy, you can relax. You're about to go out there and hear the national anthem. You must be buzzing.
Yeah, I'm so over the moon, and I'm so happy. This is the first time I've ever been in a sort of pre-medal ceremony outdoor world champs environment, because I've always come 5th or 6th or 25th 4 years ago. So yeah, I'm just really happy right now.
And obviously, as an athlete, people don't realise that the amount of months of hard work, blood, sweat and tears that goes into your performances. You've got to get it right over 2 days, and you nailed it yesterday. I'm assuming now you're sitting here and you're just thinking, that's my season done. Are you going on holiday? What are you going to do after this medal? Nice, relaxed time?
Yeah, no, I'm so happy. I've been going since the 4th of January. That's the first time I opened up. I did an indoor season, I did Gotset, and it's just felt like non-stop. And the last couple of months have been really hard. I've just been going to the track every day, and it's just felt continuous, but it's definitely all worth it. And yeah, I haven't got anything planned. I'm going to go back to Liverpool. I haven't been back to Liverpool since the British Champs. It's the first thing on my list, and I'll see my dogs.
But you know what? You deserve to go home, put your feet up, have a long rest, and I can't wait to hear the national anthem. Well done.
Thank you very much.
What an incredible situation to be in, to win that gold medal for Katarina Johnson-Thompson. And also, as ever, we are trying to keep you up to date with everything that is happening, not only here in the stadium and out on the corniche, but also across social media. So let's take a look at our 60 seconds of social.
Michelle, another night ahead, which is going to be absolutely awesome. I can't wait.
I absolutely can't wait. Obviously, we can already see the javelin throwers warming up. Being German, I can't help but being a bit partial about that. But it's going to be absolutely fantastic with lots and lots of finals coming up.
Certainly will be another fantastic night inside the Khalifa Stadium. Of course, you're going to go up and have a lovely, relaxing time. If you're watching at home, make sure you stay watching to all the athletics. Maybe even, well, get yourself a Tony. Tony, cup of tea? Maybe get yourselves a cup of tea, have a relax. But until tomorrow, goodbye.